Hello, fourth graders. It's M&M time. Today's lesson is all about M&Ms. Well, and animals too. It is 6.19 is what I'm calling this here. A lot of essential skills here that aren't in our everyday math journal. And today we're going to be talking about data and graphing. This question, how many of each color in a bag of M&Ms? You don't know that yet, but what are your favorite colors? We like the reds, you like the blues. When I was a kid, they used to put lots of browns in there. Do they still put browns in there? It's not on the picture. I don't know. Browns never were my favorite. Do they all taste the same? Maybe. I don't know. Our goal here is to be able to represent some data in a bar graph and in a circle graph. So when we talk about data, we're talking about sets of numbers. Okay. And then we can take that data and we can organize that data. Okay, and so we're going to be completing a survey, and you see the word survey here. So we got a kind of a science connection here. We're going to collect some data, and then we're going to show our results in a bar graph, which you probably know pretty well, and a circle graph, which you probably don't know very well. Right? And you can see it goes with both standards here, right? We're talking about bar graphs and circle graphs. We've already talked about line plots a lot. So let's dig into this. Here is an example, right? So watch Mr. White as I kind of talk about what we did here with this survey, okay? How many of each color are in a bag of M&Ms? That is the question that we decided to ask. Now, your question is going to be, you're going to be actually going out and getting information from other people. So this model is close, right? It shows you the type of thinking, but yours will be a little bit different. I'll get into that later. The possible answers in this bag were orange, blue, yellow, red, and green. So I guess this bag didn't have any brown, like I was talking about. Okay, and then we created a tally chart. This is also called a frequency table. It shows us how many times each answer appeared. And this bag must be quite unusual because I don't usually get that many oranges. But you can see there were 8 oranges, 3 reds, and then 1 of each of the other colors. Must have been one of those little small packs, right, that you get on Halloween sometime. So that is our frequency table. We can then take that information and put it into a bar graph. So a title, any graph has to have a title. First word capitalized, last word capitalized, any other important words need to be capitalized. We need to put our choices down here on the bottom. Orange, red, blue, green, yellow. And so what are these? Well, they're colors. This is what we label. This is called the x-axis. Along the x goes sideways. Okay, so that's a kind of a fancy term here, but you always need to label what your choices are, right? So if these were all movies, you would write movies. If these were all types of dogs, here you would write types of dogs. And then when you're looking at this axis, we're looking at these numbers and we're thinking, well, these are numbers. They're numbers of what, though? They're numbers, and you can see it here, of each color. No, that's not a hashtag. That's a number sign. I know they use it as a hashtag now. All of those people on the Twitter and on the TikTok. So we had 8 of orange, so we colored up to 8. And then red is halfway here. Why is red halfway? Yeah, because that is got to be 3. Okay, remember we had 3 up here. So 3 reds had to be recorded as 3 reds. All right, so this is one way to describe our data. Now, when we look at this, we can start to draw some conclusions, right? So we can make observations. What do you observe about the data here that we collected? Okay, you could have said things like there were 5 different colors. There was way more orange than any other color. More orange, more than half orange. Okay, different observations that we could make. Here we are writing these now as a fraction. Okay, so remember that there were 3 reds. And so to turn that into a fraction, this is important. Watch, watch, watch. To turn that into a fraction, well, I put the 3 on top. Where do you think this 14 came from? There's no 14s anywhere, in all of this data on this side. Where did the 14 come from? The 14 is the total number. Remember that a fraction we can describe as the part on the top and the whole on the bottom, right? The part over the whole. So there were 3 out of 14 that were red. And that's why all of these say 14, because there were 14 in the package. Okay. Now I notice 8/14, that is more than half. This is going to be important when I go to make my circle graph. All right, so circle graph time. In order to do a circle graph, we kind of need to think about putting these in order from smallest to largest. So what strategies, what could I look for to help myself put these in order from smallest to largest? Okay, I see I have all similar denominators, right? And so these should, let's see, do these move? Okay, good, right? All of these are small. Okay, I can put those all at the beginning. This one we already said is the biggest one. And then this one would be in the middle. Now, why is this important? This is going to tell me that these fractions over here, when I do a circle graph, and a circle graph divides up a circle into different pieces, these 3 colors, blue, yellow, and green, are going to have pieces that are equal, and they're going to be really small. Why are their pieces going to be small? They're going to be small because they are the smallest fractions. This one's going to be big, right? It's going to take up more than half, right? Maybe like that much. But I do have a little copy of it here. Look at this. Okay, so there's our title. Do you have to put a title in all of your graphs? Of course you do. Always a title. And so we took each one here, right? And we can label these with each fraction. This was 8/14. This was 3/14. Each of these, remember, look how equal they are. 1/14. Now, is it exactly perfect? Probably not, but it's pretty close. Okay, we did, just kind of did some estimating, right? In fact, it looks really close, right? This is a little bit more than half because 7/14 would be half. Okay, so this is our bar graph, and then we described our results. Ooh, before we described our results, let's talk about fraction addition equation. We've been adding fractions for a long time. 8/14 plus 3/14 plus 1/14 plus 1/14 plus 1/14 equals 14/14, which of course is the same as 1 whole. To describe our results, I found out that orange is the most frequent color in a bag of M&Ms, at least this one, right? Red came in second, blue, yellow, and green all had the same number, or perhaps a better word here would be fraction. All right, so let's do one here together. And this is going to be a kind of a 2-day project. I'm kind of excited. Actually, I'm really excited to do this. I'm going to show you how you are going to get your data. Yours is not going to be about M&Ms. You are going to be creating a survey for your classmates. Okay, and then we're going to be using that data that we get tomorrow to create a bar graph and a circle graph. All right, so our question is going to be about which of these animals, you have to pick from these, which you like the most. What do you like the most? All right, here is how we are going to create our survey. We are going to use a tool called Google Forms. So watch as I go into Google Forms here. I'm going to come in here to my drive here. Now, this is just drive.google.com. If you've never been to your Google Drive, that's all you do. Drive.google.com. It's always in the little waffle guy over here. Drive right there if you want to find it there. Okay. And we're going to press New and Forms. Okay, watch. All right, which one did I click to get there? Google Forms. I'm going to give it a title. My title is going to be about favorite animals. Yours is going to be about something else, right? So favorite, whatever, right? Now, when you title it here, if you just click up here, there you go, right? It just moves your title over there, which is exactly what we want to happen. And then this is where we type our question. Which of these is your favorite animal? Question mark. Okay. Now we're going to put our options. And our options were dog. And then we needed to add another one. Don't click add other. There are some situations when you would want to do that, but not in this assignment. Dog, cat, horse, fish, and let's see, what was the other one? A little hamster guy here. Or hamster. Okay, that's it, right? Now I've created my question. Now I like to click the button that says required here so that when people get your survey, then they have to do it. They can't turn it in when it's not finished. So now how do we send this out? Watch this. I'm going to show you how to send this after you type your question. There it is. It's the button send. Send. Now we're going to send it via email. So you can send it to all your classmates by just typing their names here and then choosing them, right? So if your classmate's name is Steve, you can just type Steve there, at least at our school district. If you're watching this from another school district, yours might be different, so check with your teacher. Then you can choose, Steve is going to pop up there, and then you can pick him. So you want to send this to lots of your classmates. You could even send it to everybody, right? But at least send it to, 10, 12, 15 of your classmates so that they can complete your survey. Once you've typed in all their names there, you click this button here that says send, which is what I am about to do. I'm going to send this out to all of the students in my class here this year. So we'll take this data next time in our next lesson, and we will turn it into a bar graph, and we'll turn it into a picture graph. We're actually going to use some of the tools that Google here provides to help us do that. All right, fourth graders, that is all. I hope that you enjoy creating your own question here so that you can collect some data. Be sure to send that out to lots of your classmates here so that you can get lots of answers back. If you don't send it to them, then you won't have any data. All right, that's all. Good luck.